So, I need to talk about something that no one kind of warned me about. And apparently, it is so common that doctors aren't even alarmed by it. And I don't know if that honestly makes it feel worse. Because I had to call my doctor to sort out some like mental health stuff like admin information, the usual. And they asked me to explain what was going on, and I said like a few things. The main thing I kept coming back to was that my life doesn't feel real. And I'm not talking metaphorically or poetically, I am talking like literally. It's like I'm watching my life behind my own eyes, like I'm present, but I'm not in it, or everything is happening and I'm functioning and I'm doing my job, for example, but it just doesn't feel like mine. And I said this expecting alarm, and instead I was told, well, like, yes, this is very normal. Normal. And apparently, this is very common, like a very common experience in people who are neurodivergent or traumatized or highly masked or coming off of medication. Which raises the question, why are we only just starting to talk about this? Because if you Google "my life doesn't feel real," you don't get like this is a nervous system response and you're safe. What you get is, am I losing my mind? Am I disassociating forever? Or is this psychosis? And to be told calmly by a professional that, well, you're not insane and your life may not feel real right now, and that doesn't mean anything bad is happening. Well, that's reassuring. And it's really unsettling. Because here's the thing, just because something is normal, it really doesn't mean that it's pleasant. And this is not a good experience, especially when you are a single person who spends a lot of time alone, unless like you actively make plans, which is already difficult because you burn out quickly. And the more burnt out you are, the harder you are to reach. And the truth is, the easier it is for you to get hold of, like me, for example, the safer I feel with you. So if someone feels accessible, predictable, and low pressure, I can relax around you. But if I feel like I have to perform or manage myself, then I just disappear. And when you're alone a lot and your life doesn't feel real, there's nothing for you to bounce against, like no reflection. So you just observe yourself exist. And here is what I've learned. And this part I wish someone had explained to me earlier, because this feeling isn't a sign that you're breaking. It's a sign that your brain has been protecting you for a very, very long time. So if you've spent years masking or monitoring yourself or regulating your reactions or keeping things together, just staying functional at all costs, your brain just learns to step back, and then you just observe instead of fully feel. And that distance keeps you safe when things are overwhelming. But the problem is, when things finally slow down, or your medication changes, or you become more self aware, you can notice that distance. And that's when it feels wrong. Not because it's like a new feeling, but because it's visible. It's a visible thing. And the important thing that my doctor said, and this is without making a big deal of this because it felt like a big deal, is that you still know who you are, and you still know where you are, and you still know what's real. So this isn't losing touch with reality. This is being emotionally detached from it. So I think that's why they weren't alarmed. And that's why they said it was common. But common doesn't mean easy. What does it mean? It just means, well, it means my days feel flat and emotions, they just don't land properly. So joy can feel distant and heavy and abstract, and trying to stay happy while knowing something feels off underneath your skin. You can't fix that by thinking harder. It just means you've got to continue your life while it feels like it belongs to someone else. That's a hard thing to carry quietly, hence me talking right now. So if you've ever thought, I don't feel like I'm really here, or I'm watching my life, or everything feels right but wrong, then you're not broken and you're not dramatic. And you are definitely not insane. You've just got a nervous system that is doing something that it learned to do to keep you safe. And it will ease, but not by force and not by analysis, but by safety and connection and time. And I'm still learning to live inside my life again, and some days are better than others. But I think knowing that this has a name and that it's understood, I think that matters to me more than I expected, because at least now I know it's not the end of me. I know it's more of a phase of me just re entering myself, even if it feels weird as hell.